209 for 7 after 146 overs have been played.
So 62 runs in this session, 347 for 4. Now they are 409. And Ashwin, you may say, was once again the pick of the bowlers. He got rid of Cameron Green, broke a 208 run partnership. Then Alex Carey fell to an absolutely horrendous shot. But credit to Ashwin for having flighted that delivery up. But since then, Gary's hung in with Usman Khwaja.
Yeah, pretty smart ploy, you can say, from the Aussies, saying, okay, look, we know you have, normally speaking, you have of your tail-enders, both Kuhneman and Murphy are left-handers.
Yep.
Ashwin fares really well against left-handers. So let's kind of counter that, delay the inevitable a little bit. How? By sending Nathan Lyon out there, the only right-hander left right now.
The only ran, we also forgot Mitchell Stark was also dismissed by
Correct.
Ravichandran Ashwin, thanks to a great sharp catch from Shreyas Iyer. But Usman Khwaja is still at the crease, 180. And because of that, Australia have crossed 400 for the first time in the series, and comfortably they now have the highest score in the Border Gavaskar Trophy 2023 so far. That has been the nature of the wicket. But as you saw, if the Indian bowlers would have bowled with a lot more discipline, with a lot more skill, wickets could have happened. I mean, Stark's case, and okay, you need a lot of luck also going your way. I mean, Alex, I mean, if you may say, Cameron Green was strangled down the leg side, sharp take by KS Bharat, but Alex Carey threw his wicket away. So you so you saw Travis Head throwing his wicket away. Then you had Labuschagne absolutely flat-footed, wrong judgment. Same you can say with Steve Smith, and now Alex Carey. So unfortunately, Australia's 4 batters made mistakes. But if you look at India, have had to toil because Khwaja has shown tremendous discipline.
Absolutely.
I heard someone in the on-air comms from the host broadcaster say that Khwaja was like Tendulkar in the way how he cut out the cover drive in 241 in Sydney. Here,
Correct.
he hasn't played a single sweep shot, or neither has he tried anything extravagant out of the
Yeah,
ordinary.
he's not looked to attack at all. In fact, there are many balls you're thinking of, maybe he can kind of go for this, maybe just cut loose. No. He's just stood firm as a rock, taken and just collected runs at a very, very decent-ish slow pace, old-fashioned test style, just looked to grind down the bowlers. And okay, on one hand, I get that, it doesn't really make for great viewing, but I think the other reason why he's doing this is to not only elongate Australia's time in the middle, obviously, but if it, as anticipated, the pitch does start to crack, it means that India won't get a sniff at the good batting conditions. Then they'll only have to play on the dust bowl.
Yes, I mean, see, if you bowl with the right amount of discipline and with the right amount of pressure, wickets can come on this wicket.
Absolutely.
Look at, I'll give you 3 classic examples. Look at Shami's wicket of Peter Hanscom. It was on that fuller length, hint of tail back, and not banana swing, no excessive movement of the pitch, just tailed back in slightly, and Hanscom's defense was breached.
And why was that the case though? Because the previous over, Umesh Yadav had been peppering him with short balls. So he was expecting, okay, they're going to go for a barrage of short balls, so I'll be on my guard. One full ball, that's
That's it. And remember, they were going to really, if you look at Umesh Yadav, he was peppering Nathan Lyon with a short ball.
He even managed to get him on the helmet.
Not once I think, but twice. So you hit the right lengths here, and from day 3 onwards, if you have to look at it, perhaps there'll be a lot more assistance. So if you have to look at the situation at this point in time, yes, the pitch is slowly starting
Yeah,
to
I mean,
crumble.
the spinners were getting a lot more assistance, by the way. They were getting turned. So it's not as if this pitch has no turn. It's just that the first day and a half has actually seen significantly less as far as, that rank. It's not rank turn. It's not going to be turning from ball 1.
Exactly.
Certainly not going to be turning 8.5 degrees from ball 1.
And unfortunately, I am just saying one more thing. India lost the plot on day 1 and day 2. So far, what we are seeing at this point in time, because you have been spoiled by 3 to 4 years of playing on dust bowls.
Correct. In fact, as Bhargav Narasimhan correctly points out, he's saying that if you bowl slowly, if as a spinner, you look to kind of toss it up, give it a bit
Yes.
of air, look to bowl the conventional way, you are getting turned.
Vignesh, I will say this. I'll clarify this right on air with you. I did not say, it was when we had spoken in the lunchtime, I had not said that the pitch was below average. I had said Nagpur had gotten an unfair rating. that it was rated that. It got an unfair rating. It was a very good pitch. Please listen to that. And I'm sorry if you say that this pitch is also it's a very poor deck. I'm very sorry.
No, so
I
don't
think you are
it is.
mistaking
I
the
don't
point.
think it
Akash, but I'm sorry, but you cannot make pitch where toss defense.
I think it's too early to make that call. Too early because now you're seeing. You look at the pitch. Ashwin and even Jadeja were getting assistance because I think you have to kind of bowl it slower for now. The pitch is starting to disintegrate.
It is, and I'll again say one thing. Where has the toss defined the result yet? We are jumping the gun when it comes to it. It's just 1.5 days. You've seen only a total of 5 sessions on this
Lest we
pitch.
forget, in other test matches, by 1.5 days, you were nearing the end of the test match.
Yes.
At least this way you have action to look forward to.
Absolutely. At least here, bowlers will have to actually really work hard. Attritional test cricket.
Truth be told, even the batsmen, if you look at it, when they have been working hard, when they've been sticking to their discipline, that's when they've gotten runs. Almost all of the dismissals were down to poor shots. Which
shots.
shows that you can't be bang attacking either. Yes, Cam Green was playing some very good cricket, but they were good cricketing shots. It's not like he was dancing down the track and hitting a reverse sweep. He was playing good shots. He was picking his moments. He barely attacked the spinners.
Exactly.
He was only attacking the pacers because he knew.
Yeah. I mean, Akash Bharat was saying, there will be some assistance. There is.
In fact, if you go back on day one, the ball was swinging around like a banana.
Except Shami didn't control
Shami
the swing.
had no control of his swing. So if again I go back to that point of what assistance was there, you didn't make the most of. Because if you control the swing, if you get 2 breakthroughs, suddenly Australia, you've set the cat among the pigeons. It doesn't matter at that point if it's good batting conditions because on their mind, you know what it'll be playing. It'll be playing that we've collapsed so many times. What if? Then you're playing psychologically as much as anything else.
Yes, and again, I will tell you 3 to 4 things what's happened, okay? Look at the dismissal of Travis Head. Poor shot, trying to force the pace, trying to go over deep mid wicket, but he mistimed it. That's one. Steve Smith, actually a nothing shot. I mean, he kind of got an inside edge onto the back pad and also it rolled back onto the stumps. Labuschagne, poor technique. Yes, I'm saying this about Marnus Labuschagne.
Yeah, but it was poor technical.
It was.
Poor technical.
Then Cameron Green unfortunately strangled down the leg side. Okay. Then Alex Carey, bad shot. So Travis Head and Alex Carey have only themselves to blame when it comes to their dismissals. They have nothing from the pitch, nothing from the bowlers, and also Mitchell Stark, classical off spinners dismissal. That is how it is, and that is why there is actually the grind of Test cricket that we have been missing for the last 3 years when it comes to India.
And definitely for the last 3 test matches.
Yes. And you have to give credit where it is due. That Australia have come harder and there is application.
Yes, Akash, correct.
Yes, correct.
They have applied themselves. Khwaja especially, and Khwaja, by the way, is a master of daddy hundreds. If he gets 100, it's really small. Really small.
Rarely, yes. So that is why you have to grind it out here. It is a proper test match wicket that you are seeing at this point in time. If India, supposing, if Australia had made about 500 for 6, India had made about 650 for 6, then it was a poor wicket.
Correct.
Because, like you would have seen in Sri Lanka in the earlier decades, flat decks, absolutely lifeless wickets.
Correct.
That is the definition of a
Poor
pitch
track.
going, not a poor track, pitch trying to go into the other extreme. No assistance for the bowlers whatsoever. So Arun Teja is like asking, what are the chances of India playing the WTC if this test match ends in a draw?
See,
Okay.
if as long as Sri Lanka don't beat New Zealand 2-0, which means they don't get a whitewash at New Zealand, India could lose this test match also and it still won't make a difference.
Yes.
That's your answer.
Yes. Because Sri Lanka, if they win 2-0, their percentage points goes to 61.1. Okay? That is why a 2-0 is necessary for Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka wins 1-0 or the series is held to a 0-0
India
draw,
through.
no use of Sri Lanka going through because Sri Lanka will only have 55 percentage points if
Correct.
that happens. Not enough if India loses this or draws. Lose, India's percentage points dips to 56.9. Sri Lanka can only get to 55.5 even if they win 1-0. So no use. Sri Lanka have to win 2-0.
I'll
That
take
is the
a
equation.
couple more comments. Meet Sori is saying, feel Rohit is underused Akshar in this match. He's a 5th bowler, alright, but has offered greater control. So Akshar should have bowled a lot more than his 20 overs. Meet, I get your point, but the problem was on this kind of a track, you need a lot more than just control. And Akshar is great at providing control, but can sometimes struggle to take wickets, and that is what has happened.
See,
here.
what has happened with Akshar Patel is that batsmen are able to play him out and there is no pressure. At least you can at least rotate the strike once in the over or something. Okay, he's got a great economy. He's
No two ways about
he's drying up the runs, but unfortunately the pressure quotient is just not there when it comes to Akshar Patel, the bowler. But India were in a catch-22 situation. Could you have dropped Akshar Patel and gotten Kuldeep Yadav? Hindsight suggests it would have been 50-50. You're compromising on Akshar, the batter, who's been your best in the BGT at this point in time.
But that being said, would you have needed Akshar the batter on this kind of pitch? I don't think so. That's why I'm saying
I just don't understand. If you want batting depth until number 9, that means you don't have any kind of confidence with the top order.
exactly.
As simple as it can be. So
Vignesh Konar has an interesting point. He's saying that a result is still a possibility because the batsman will start dancing on the day 4 pitch, spin will increase. Absolutely agree with you, Vignesh.
That's what I mean.
That's what I was saying. I said, this pitch is going to deteriorate. Whether it happens now or tomorrow, it's gonna happen.
it will happen. And see, the sun is continuously beating down.
Yeah, it's a
in-
hot day.
It's a very hot day. I mean, it's 35 to 38. That is the temperature we're getting at this point in time there. So you have to understand the pitch will break up. But because the soil that is used in Ahmedabad is probably a bit more harder,
Yes.
that is why it will break a little later.
Yeah, it's unlike the weird mixture you got in Indore, which was breaking and puffing from day one.
Day one. I mean, see, Indore deserved a poor rating. And it was very sad because the curator normally does not do these kind of pitches in Indore. I've seen it in 2016, I've seen it in 2019. They were good, natural pitches which offered assistance, pacers, spinners, batters alike. It was same. So that is the situation. But Australia have made 409 for 7. It is thanks to a 208 run stand between Cameron Green and Usman Khawaja. Green unfortunately went after scoring his maiden century.
I think he did his job.
He did his job. He took the attack. And remember, the counter attack that Green did in the second new ball.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
set the tone.
If in fact that second new ball would have been India's first next best chance to actually get a breakthrough.
Yes.
But Green's counter attack basically killed off the chances of that happening.
Yeah.
And the fact that Indian bowlers probably weren't as disciplined with their lines. and runs.
Exactly. So Giant Slayers, if Sri Lanka win one match and India lose or draw, will India qualify WTC? Yes.
In Sri Lanka, have to win 2-0. No two ways about it.
Yep.
Arun Teja says expecting at least a couple of hundreds from our batsmen. Hopefully, Virat scores a test 100 after a long time. Fingers crossed.
Well, I had said if Steve Smith or Virat Kohli, who will score? I said Nana scoring.
I called a Shubman Gill 100 yesterday. I'm standing by that.
Yeah,
If it comes down
that
to
is
it.
a possibility. That is a possibility because look, Australia's bowlers on this deck, the spinners, could get a little bit more purchase if I may
Correct.
have to ask. Because see, Lyon will rely on overspin, Murphy, Kuhlman.
He's definitely more of a top spinner, and now with the way the pitch is playing, it will be because
will.
the bounce is it's low, but it's consistent.
consistently
It's
low.
not up down. That's the
Yes.
thing.
So that is the situation that Australia are confronting with. So it's a typical Indian wicket. The problem is post-COVID, barring Chennai, you have not seen any of those decks here.
Exactly.
You had
and
a
then you got spooked by Chennai early
You
because
got
you lost.
spooked,
You
yeah.
lost.
And you got spooked by one more thing. You needed these ranked turners to ensure, we need a buffer. Sri Lanka will do the unthinkable. They can still do the unthinkable. Why must you focus on that?
And
Why can't
honestly-
we prepare on our own strengths?
And honestly, even if you win on these ranked turners, is that a guarantee that you're going to win the World Test Championship? No, it's just a guarantee that you'll make it there. But making it there doesn't mean winning it. No, New Zealand proved that to you in 2021.
And again, I will cite that New Zealand example over and over again, not just because they are my favorite team, but because what did they do at home? They did not alter the basic conditions. They played according to the true strength
You know,
that the New
that is,
Zealand
that
wickets
is
needed.
true. That is true. Mostly, even for say, like when India played in Australia, they never really altered the pitches. Anytime, like even we talk about Melbourne collapse, but that was down to your
Adelaide
own deficiency.
collapse,
Adelaide, sorry.
yeah.
Adelaide collapse was down to your own deficiencies.
It was.
Every other pitch played true to its nature. We know Gabba has extra bounce. Gabba had extra bounce. We know Sydney can be a this thing.
But look at the Gabba of 2020-2021. At least teams made 369, 335, then
Exactly,
300. But you
exactly.
got 30 wickets, you got 37.
Yeah.
India won by 7 wickets while chasing 330. So
Exactly.
it was
So it was a pretty good. It flattened out
true
by the
wicket.
end. Yes,
It was
in
a
fact,
true wicket.
In fact, even in England, you go to Oval, you go to Lords, you go to Southampton, you go to Manchester, wherever you have to go. You know what pitch you're getting. It doesn't change or alter. Like they'll not make it extra swingy.
Yes.
Just because you know you have Anderson Broad.
England tried that in 2014 at
And it came back to
at
bite them,
Lords,
actually.
where you couldn't differentiate the wicket from the pitch. That was how it was. I mean, the outfield was green, the pitch was also green, but
Yeah.
were they playing on that outfield? So that is why you should not alter the conditions. Now, Choco Squirrel, I mean, he's always been after me, but I'll just say this. Is there a rule written by you that you should not alter the condition of enjoying test cricket? I'll answer this. I'll answer
Sure.
this. Okay, I've been wanting to answer this for a very long time. There is no written rule anywhere in the world,
That you can't alter the condition.
but because you want to prepare rank turners, does not mean that you compromise on some core strengths. Simple as that. You can't compromise on your core strength. Your batters are short of confidence. Ever since 2019, all the way post-COVID, your batters have been lacking confidence.
Especially in home conditions.
So you want to shatter that confidence further by preparing rank turners. And remember, in the Kohli era and the Dhoni era, you still won on flat decks.
Correct.
The stats will show you that. You did not have that many draws. You had very few draws. Look at
And even the draws you had were really hard-fought ones.
Look at the 2016-17 season. Okay, New Zealand whitewashed 3-0 in India. England 4-0, that one test went to the final day. It was a tense draw in Rajkot, by the way. That was there. Then Bangladesh came for a one-off test. That was a one day that India won. Then Australia came. It was 2-1. But that one test in Ranchi, that also was a very, very tough draw. Fifth day, until the last hour, they could have had a result, but that didn't
Exactly.
happen. So, even in that era, you could still get results. And India, when they prepared rank turners, history shows it has bit them back twice.
In fact, we'll end the show with this wonderful comment from Janaki Raman where he says, never come to a conclusion till both teams bat. And that's what we
That is the written rule. That is the written rule. Okay, so thank you so much. I think
we will be
another 3 minutes.
yes, another 2-3 minutes.
2-3
for sure.
minutes. Yeah. So yeah, if the fourth day, if suppose Australia come out to bat again, if it comes again, then if they struggle with that, then you're seeing the pitch being a typical Indian
pitch.
subcontinent wicket.
Correct.
First 2 to 3 days, excellent for batting. Then on the fourth and the fifth days, it starts to crumble. That is why. Are we playing? Okay, so India versus SA series was on ranked turners. Not Delhi.
Which is very shocking actually when you think
Not
about
Delhi.
It.
It went to the final day. Yeah, Nagpur was rated poor.
Yeah, which it was.
It was. Nagpur was rated poor. But apart from that, Bangalore was abandoned. But yeah, Mohali was a ranked turner. Mohali was.
Which is very surprising because even Mohali is normally known to be one of those where it's
Mishra got rid of A.V. de Villiers with a peach of a leg break. I remember that. So, yeah, rookie techie is like saying Kuldeep should have played last game in place of Umesh. Not this test as he can bowl half trackers often. Australia would have struggled to score even 100.
last match. No, I think this match though you could have used Kuldeep. Really.
Yeah,
By hindsight, and I think even before I was thinking, I'm like, if we have batting conditions, you want a wrist spinner.
Yeah, that is the thing. So, unfortunately, that Kuldeep, if he performs well, he gets dropped. Very, very
And if he
unfortunate.
doesn't perform well, then he's not in the team
He's
anymore.
not in the team anyway. So we are about to start the final session. Mostly, we may see, like I think you were right, India will bat.
I think India could likely bat today, but let's see.
Yep. So don't worry. I mean, Sri Lanka giving night match, maybe they could do well in this one test, but the Basin Reserve,
I think they'll struggle.
That will be a very, very. Remember, Sri Lanka have to double their tally in New Zealand. What the greats of Aravinda, Sangakkara, Mahela, Muralidharan, they only won 2 in their entire career in New Zealand. Expecting this team to do well. You can expect a South Africa like miracle in 2019. They beat South Africa 2-0. So let's see what happens. And yes, we are happy with this pitch so far.
I was happy even in the previous session. Just saying, both of us were. So
yeah. So let's see now. Can Ashwin take a 5-wicket haul?
Ashwin getting 5 wickets,
Khwaja, 200.
potentially you'd be looking at Shami or Umesh to run through the tail thereafter.
Yes,
So
there should be a bit of reverse swing, but unfortunately, the outfield is so lush
that the ball is not scuffing.
not scuffing up, but there is scuffing on one side, there is shine on one side. So Shami is getting a bit of reverse swing. So let's hope that we can run through the tail quite easily.
That's something that can be a bit of a problem when it comes to Indian teams. Also.
450 Australia will be targeting now.
They would be very confident with that, by the way.
Yeah,
but let's see.
409 for 7. The Indian team are coming out, and let's see what happens. So thank you so much, folks. We'll be back for the innings break potentially. Hopefully. Then we'll be back with all the updates. Tap that bell icon to know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to download the AajTak mobile app, because that's where you'll get all the information in Hindi and English. Thank you. Bye-bye.